Hey folks, Papa Boris here, playing some more Architects of Amytis. Let's start a game against Virginie Napo. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's this player's first game. Do they know the rules? I don't know. Only they know. All right, so we're gonna move the window down a little bit here. Oh, my architects are like weirdly not visible. Okay, it's fine. So, yeah, I'm the first player, so notice I have 2 projects. My opponent has 3. So where do we go? Well, naturally, I like to look at the middle because the middle is the best for getting 3 of a kinds. And unfortunately, I don't have any purple projects, so this is not an amazing tile for me. So I could go here. This is the other place to look because it gives me another project tile to try to work towards. And I could maybe take... Well, I could take something with a purple and just try to work towards a purple. So maybe like this one rotated that way. It doesn't really meld well with the other orange one. So you know what I'm gonna do? We're just gonna take that purple one. We'll shove it on the top because if I do choose to get a project later, there are 2 purples that 2 projects that have a purple on the edge. And this opens me up to getting a tic-tac-toe as the first player. So I'm just gonna go for it. Again, I don't know what the right strategy is. I don't know if I'm correct in focusing as much as I do on the king's favors. Those are, after all, just endgame scoring. And maybe you can get more points during the game than you can get at the end. So perhaps it is incorrect to focus on them as much as I have been. I would like green ones, but there are no green ones available, quite sadly. So I could just ignore this for a while. It's a pretty easy one to make. I just need to get 3 greens at some point. This one, there are a lot of blue tiles, so I could just shove a blue tile in the middle at some point. Okay, so my opponent goes in the corner. They're going to get a project tile, which makes sense because it stops me from getting one that would let me use my purple. Not because there is only one available, but because there are no other palaces available to take. So what I'm gonna do now is pick one of these, 2 points per wall or 2 points per visible tile of the same color. So it's 2 points regardless. So we'll take a look at what's better for tic-tac-toeing. This is 2 points with the same color, and then this is the same number of stacks. All right, we'll do this one. Shove it in the middle for the one that I already have. I probably am going to want to not use the top space. I'm actually going to want to try to do it like that. And I get, oh God, I'm an idiot. That's a wall. Walls only count on the edge of the board. I found the one move in the entire game that is worth 0 points. You saw it here first, folks. How to suck at Architects of Amytis. Yeah, maybe I should have tried to like go for this one or this one, both of which require blues elsewhere. Okay, so my opponent is going to block me from getting a tic-tac-toe, and unfortunately, I actually can't do what my previous opponent did, which is somehow force a tic-tac-toe to happen, because no matter what, my opponent can actually block me. How did they do it? Maybe they must have done corner stuff, because now I can threaten a tic-tac-toe, but I can't threaten 2 at once. Okay, so what that means is that I should really try to just take the tile that's best for me. And unfortunately, that would be an orange tile, but this one I'm not even threatening a tic-tac-toe. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take this one. We are going to put it somewhere. And we'll just see if my opponent wants to give me a tic-tac-toe. If they do go here, they're not threatening a tic-tac-toe. So then I can just like take this one then safely. Yeah, so my opponent is stopping me, and unfortunately, they're going to have first dibs on this extra project card, which is kind of frustrating, because I really need some better projects. But we'll do this. We'll start working towards getting this one completed, at least. And my opponent needs another orange tile, which is not available at the moment, so they're going to go somewhere. My architects will return, and actually, I do have this one. Oh, this is good. This will let me take a project tile, and I can try to work towards completing one that I'm taking, although it can be done. It can be sort of done, kind of, a little bit. I think it's going to the middle will be good regardless. It's like an interesting feature of the game is when you place your architect, you can see what tile is underneath, and you will have the first dibs because your architects are removed at the beginning of your turn rather than at the end. So once I placed this tile here and saw the project was underneath the palace, I knew that I would have the first dip. So I'm gonna go there and we're gonna put that up here. And we're gonna work towards this one. And yeah, I'm gonna rotate it. This is just a visual assistant. It's not actually changing anything mechanically, but you can see I have blue, 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 blue. I just need, well, that's a lot. I actually need a green, a purple, and a blue, but at least I need a variety of colors. And then after I do, and maybe if I do this one first, purple, green, blue, then I can override and do orange, orange to make that one. Maybe. This is kind of interesting because I could actually make this with it. It would require a lot of overstacking, but the green in the middle does not preclude making that one. I could, for example, do green, green, green. Let's preliminarily do that and work at it that way. So now my opponent went here, and if I go here and my opponent blocks my tic-tac-toe, I can do a double threat and definitely get a tic-tac-toe. So I think I'm gonna go for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the purple one there, so I am close to that one. I need two more, a green and a blue, to make this 12-point tile. My opponent already is ahead of me because they got one of their projects completed. And now I get to take a new project tile. And so the question is, do I want a random one from the deck, or do I want to take one of these? And this is maybe not the best for me because it's green, blue. Yeah, nothing really fits at all. This is also not the best. And this one, well, it's gonna take a lot of work. I'm just gonna take a random one and hope that it works better. That's actually great. So this is 3 blues across the board, which means that I need to do blue and then green to make that one, and then I can override this purple with a blue to make this one. Maybe. The problem is that my tic-tac-toe is orange, and that is literally the one color I do not want. I do not want an orange. Actually, I don't want orange or purple. Okay, never mind. There's 2 colors that I don't want. Unfortunately, my best moves are here to block my opponent's royal favor, which is purple, which I don't want, and here, which gives me a tic-tac-toe, but that gives me orange, which I don't want. Now, blocking my opponent's tic-tac-toe is not that amazing, because my opponent could just go here to block me, and then after I get my tic-tac-toe here, they'll get their tic-tac-toe there. So what I'm going to do is just suck it up. It's very annoying how I cannot get any blues for this or greens for that. I really just want a green, actually. Yeah, because blue is not that great. If I did blue here, that would overrule me from getting that one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll take the orange. I'll get my king's favor. We'll get this, which preliminarily is the one that I like. You'll notice I'm not really paying too much attention to the type of building. I probably should be. But yeah, that's my current way of playing right now. I'm not really trying to take as more into account than I can. I'm just trying to do the bare minimum. And unfortunately, there are still no green ones. So I am a green one away from being able to do anything. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is kind of abandon this thing, unfortunately, and take an orange. It does kind of suck to take an orange and put this here to complete that one because that actually undermines that one. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe we just take this one? And let's just get a project done. Let's get this 8-pointer. So I'm still a project behind my opponent, which is not good. But then maybe my opponent will go in the middle, and I can grab this green and put that in the middle. And then I'll need to, change this to blue and change this to purple to finally make that project. Or maybe I'll just do orange. Maybe I'll just abandon this one completely. Oh, my opponent goes to the edge. Interesting. All right, in that case, I guess my opponent was trying to complete a thing. Yeah, now they're 2 ahead of me. I'll go here, and I'll just cover this up. 2 points for having 1 wall on the edge and 1 wall in the middle. That doesn't count for anything. And then I complete this one. And so now there's still no green available, so I'm actually kind of glad I abandoned this because it's sort of lame. It does kind of suck. My opponent gets to block me and take a project, which they would have wanted to do anyway. But the flip side is that then I get to go here and double threaten a tic-tac-toe and block their tic-tac-toe. So I delay them by a turn from completing their tic-tac-toe. I would be stunned if they did anything other than this. They're probably just thinking right now of which of these projects they want to take. They're, I think, pretty close to getting that one. Blue, blue, green, green. Oh, there's 3. They're 3 away. I'm assuming they're going to put this in the... Oh, they're going for that. Interesting. Blue, oh, they are, nope, they took a random one. Never mind, I thought they were gonna take this. Blue, green, orange, purple. They just needed to make these green, but there's no green. There's no green anywhere at any time. There's never any green. Green is gone. Okay, so we'll take this. 1 point per architect is actually not bad. It's 5 points here. And I think I'll stick it there. That helps. Actually, hold on a minute. Maybe I stick it here. I do have this thing, so I want to fill up the empty spaces. Yeah, we'll go here. I actually can now rotate it normally now. Blue, purple, blue. I just need a green and a blue. Just, he says. Just, because there's never any green. But there's got to be green at some point, right? Right? right, guys? Right, guys? Okay, so let's see. What's the score? 28-23. Yeah, it's kind of a wash here. We each have a single favor, and I am a project behind, so I'd say my opponent's ahead of me here. Logical move here, very logical. They are going to get a tic-tac-toe after I get my tic-tac-toe, and I think getting a king's favor is about the best I can do here. We'll just shove this in the corner and get a royal favor. So the question is, which one do I want? So my opponent took the one for twos, which is logical. So since I have two twos in the middle, I could go for the staircase, which is an interesting approach. It's very committal. And I would have to like place two. Like I have to really pound these corners to make two staircases. A safer play is just to go here, or frankly even here. Then I could just stack on top of these and each of them would be worth 4, each of them. I could go here and that would just be worth 4, period. This is worth 4 already. I'm just gonna take this one. My opponent has more projects than me. That's 8 points for them. It's 4 points for me, which seems to be about as good as I can get with other ones without much assistance. And I think the deprivation aspect is helpful. Okay, so my opponent gets a tic-tac-toe, and now there's still no green. There's never green. Green is a dream. Green does not exist. But I could take this one here and get a project. So the question is, which project do I want? Well, these all require green, which is not good. But if I turn this thing green and do purple here, then I could get a blue here, finish that one, and then get a purple up here, and then finish both of them. Or I could take a random from the deck and hope I get one that doesn't require green. It's tough because you have to place your building before you get the project. So it's, you know, a little bit unfortunate. The devil you know and assume that green has to happen at some point. I mean, we're getting near the end here. Oh, God. Okay. Gonna try it. Maybe I don't want to cover up this wall, though, so that walls can still be worth points. We'll stick it there, and then this one can be done that way. I can still do the same plan, just making that purple later. All right, we're gonna go for it. That would have been better. Oh no. Okay, so now we're trying to get a green, and this needs to be blue. And then after making this green, then I need to make that purple, which is tough because these stacks are starting to run out a little bit. And it's tough for me to make these projects. So my opponent probably wants this one to get a new project, but they probably don't want to play on the edge. That's probably what they're thinking about. Let me see, what is this? 1 point per architect? It's a little crappy, it's just 3 points. This would be worth 4 points for me. It is premature to get a purple though. They're gonna have the first dibs on the green. Purple does really just nothing for me. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is just go for 3 of a kinds to get more king's favors, since there's not much ways for me to get points other than that. We'll do this, and I'm just gonna like shove it somewhere that it doesn't affect anything. Like maybe here, I would have a stack with 4 in it, and then I could get 6 points for that favor. So we'll do that, and that's worth 4 points. Now, I really shouldn't have put this wall in the middle. It's costing me 2 points every single time I play a wall, because I've never covered it up. So I still need this to be blue, and I need this to be green. And unfortunately, there's no green available, and there's no blue available. It's just orange and purple. Okay, so one possibility then is I could take this purple, get my royal favor, and go here and abandon this one, and just make it so that at least I can get a green. Because if I go for this one, I still need to make this tile blue, and I might never get there. What is this? Architect. Okay, so it doesn't matter where I put this. So that's the question is, am I going to abandon it? Well, I think what I'm going to do is abandon it. We're going to go here. The reason being I want to keep my 1s, and I want to stack these up to 4s. and then get 12 points for this favor right here. And my opponent can't stop me from doing that because I can get that favor right now. Obviously, it'd be better if these were in the corners because then I can double dip with this favor and that favor. So stacking big corners maybe is a strategy. But, okay, so now there are greens available that I will actually have first dibs on. In fact, I'm pretty much mandatory going to take this one. This kind of sucks. I get almost no points for it. All right, what is this one? Oh, maybe this one's better. 1 point per different visit. Okay, yes, we are going to want 1 point per different building type. I don't know how many different ones are visible. I am a little nervous about emptying this one, though, because then my opponent could end the game. My opponent could just go here and end the game. Will my opponent win if they do that? Well, they have completed more projects than me. They've completed 2 extra projects, and that's like 10 or 12 extra points. I do have an extra royal favor. I actually don't want the game to end. So I'm gonna go here. And what this allows me to do is put that here, and then I can either get a blue there to finish that one or a pink in the corner to finish that one. And it does kind of suck I'm not getting many points for the tile itself, but I'm gonna gamble that prolonging the game is more helpful to me. So my opponent actually forgoes a royal favor in order to get closer to ending the game. Now, was I the first player? I was the first player. So this is my last turn, I presume, because either I go here and my opponent ends it and the game ends, or I go here, but as the first player, my opponent then goes and the game ends. So no matter what, the game is gonna end. So I just wanna get the move that makes the most points. And I think it's actually this, because this is blue and it finally lets me complete that project. So I'm still 1 project behind my opponent, and I haven't been looking to see if my opponent can make another project. It doesn't appear to be the case. So I'm 1 project behind, I'm 1 king's favor ahead, the points are razor close. I'm guessing my opponent just wants to take a building that is gonna be worth the most points for them, probably 1 point per different building, or 2 points for the same color, that's 6 points at least. So they have a way of getting 6 points, they're gonna be ahead of me on scoring, and they have an extra project, so it's tough. Especially because this is only 6 points, not 12. If I had done this, it would have been worth an extra 6 points for this favor. All right, here we go. We flip those. Ooh, those are all pretty big. We flip those, and my opponent wins. Yes, I really needed an extra project. And if I had gotten an extra 6 points for the favor, that wouldn't have done it. So yeah, I just needed to make an extra project. My opponent snuck an extra one over me, and in a game where the green was very rare, and that's what made the difference, I think. So good game to Virginie Napo. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you again soon. Take care.